I wish I could have seen every anime-only's face when they thought that Boros that got punched by Saitama was done. Because the normal reaction you would think when you saw Boros get punched by Saitama is, he's done. Just GG. Wrap it up. It's over. This guy that's been hyped up, I've been hyping up and everything, he's just dead. But no. That moment to when Saitama punches this guy, he hits the back wall. And that looks like he's just done. Like, he's dead. That's a blow that would kill someone. And then all of a sudden, his armor shatters. And he's like, this was sealing my power. And then he gets up and he's fine. That moment, to when anime-onlys are shitting bricks right now, and they're like, holy shit, this man just survived a punch from fucking Saitama. Holy shit. So, that is the hype right now. That is the hype. This man just took a fucking blow from Saitama and got up. Seriously, he just got up. Let's put this in perspective, okay? Saitama, he punched Boros, Lord Boros, thinking he was the final boss. That's what you could assume Saitama punched him at that level. He's like, he's the final boss, gonna punch him. And then that's what you can assume that's the power Saitama put into it. But this dude gets up and he's fine. So Saitama, when you saw that face, the reaction face, to when his armor broke off and Saitama's like, okay. That was the moment I have been waiting for a long time. That scene in the manga was so fucking priceless because you see this man just break his armor and he survives a hit and then Saitama's like, okay. That's all he can say. Like, his face is just so, I don't know, it's expressionless. He's like, okay. And then that right there sold the episode. That fucking sold the episode. Because that reaction right there is kind of what I think anime-only's reactions would be in this episode. Like, you see Saitama punch him, Boros gets up, and then he's like, okay. And then, you know, the fight continues. Like, that final part of the fucking episode, that final part of the episode, when you saw Boros transform and all that, like, you see his, like, power coming out, and when his eye shines, and when he goes into the screen, episode ends, cuts to the credits. I'm like, yo, that was so fucking hype, man. Oh, yes, yes. When I saw that shit, I couldn't help but be hyped, man. I've been waiting for this for so long. Like, seriously. When I saw this in the manga, I never dreamed I would get to see this animated. I never thought I would get to see this animated, ever. I remember having a discussion on this. Like, I talked about it in a video when I was, you know, reviewing One Punch Man's manga. I said, there's no way in hell One Punch Man will get an anime and be done right. I'm eating my own foot right now. I'm eating my own fucking foot. Like, seriously. Like, what the fuck? This is so good. Like, this episode, in terms of being just hype-inducing, it's at an all-time high. Madhouse knows how to build these episodes. They've had experience with building episodes when it's fueled on hype. I mean, look at the Chimera Ant arc from Hunter x Hunter, and then you also look at this, you're like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, just to see how this is done, especially not just the Boros stuff, but also the other scenes, like when Silverfang fighting the other guy, the dude that can regenerate like Majin Buu somewhat, but he has a little marble inside him that causes it to where he can stay alive, but if it gets destroyed while he dies, it's still, the fight scenes and all that throughout this entire episode were fluid as fuck. I cannot really complain. And once again, I have to emphasize that this is an average level budget by people that are going leaps and bounds beyond what they should normally do from a regular anime. The passion that these people are putting into One Punch Man is unbelievable. What I saw at that end of this episode with Boros and then Saitama, the hype, the music, words cannot describe how much passion these animators have for this series. Seriously, the love right now they're showing One Punch Man is unbelievable. To even keep the faithful okay scene and make it even better than the manga, that is a hard feat to do. Because that scene right there in the manga was one of the most iconic scenes from the manga in terms of comedy. And then seeing how it was brought into the anime, it looked similar, but better. They even know how the fans want the comedy. Like, they know that the fans want this type of stuff, and kept it in the same spiritual essence as it was in the manga, but even better. That takes dedication right there. And then, on top of that, when you have it to where all these different heroes, S-Class heroes, are fighting off the minions of Lord Boros, and you just see Tornado, like, throw the shells back up at the ship, badass. Badass. That is bad fucking ass. That is badass. Enough said. Enough said. Badass. And then also, other different segments of this. Like, you had it to where that squid octopus guy that's like a alien, he's like, I am the strongest telekinesis master in the entire universe, and he's starting to throw shit around him, and Saitama's like, oh, that's rather boring, you're just throwing pebbles. I mean, he just slings a rock at the guy, and his face just, it's gone. That right there, that guy got shit on by Saitama. And that's kind of what built up the realization to Boros at the end of this episode. Because, I mean, you saw Saitama going through the entire ship, and he was just fucking destroying everything. It wasn't even a challenge. I mean, he was killing Lord Boros' lieutenants like nothing. They're done. And then all of a sudden Lord Boros comes up, and he's like, I am the strongest. Like, I've needed a match for a long time. There was a seer I met that told me I would finally have a good battle, and so I came here. I ventured for a long time, a long journey. And when you see that, just the way he was built up, that's what we've come to expect from many villains throughout One Punch Man. And then they get one shot. But then when a villain doesn't go down in one hit, that is when everybody's like, this is the day he lost his One Punch Man title. So, I can't wait. I cannot wait for next week. It's going to be... The crazy part is, Chibits, the crazy part is anime only's of One Punch Man. This ain't the end of it. If you think this arc is amazing, you think Boros is amazing, you haven't seen shit. Still haven't seen shit. Garo. Fucking Garo. What's going on in the manga? Oh my god. Fucking Garo. Enough said. So, Boros, I cannot wait to see you in action next week. I cannot wait to see a certain scene. I cannot wait to see that one certain scene. Manga readers know what I'm talking about. I can't wait to see that one scene. Yeah, come on. You know, come on. Okay, I'm done. You all have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.